Hello and welcome to the Formula Nova series. I am Ron Johnson, and this will be the preseason test episode before we begin Season 1, the inaugural season of what will sure to be a very, very special and not only just special, but as a whole entertaining season. Let's begin with going through the grid and really just showing you a who's who as in this league. We'll start off first with a team that is meant to be a backmarker on this grid, that is Kick Sauber. They're expected to be a backmarker. We don't really know anything about this team, but considering their performances in Formula 1, and yes, this is meant to be a side series of Formula 1, they don't exactly have the best, shall we say, reputation per se, but they do have a very strong lineup in our eyes here at the booth. They have all German lineup of an original McLaren junior Karl Van Buren, and his teammate is another German in Marcus Klein. Those two should be a very solid driver pairing before they go into Audi for next season. Next up is Aston Martin. As you can see, definitely a different livery. It's black and teal, signaling that they have a new relationship. This one now being with Mercedes-AMG as a full-time partnered team, like a full-on Mercedes partnered team. I will have some issues sometimes with distinguishing the two. It's bound to happen at some point, I'm just letting you know. Their two drivers will be Nicolas Palomino, who just so happens to be a disciple of Fernando Alonso, and Sahal Mafioud, one of the first Indonesian drivers since famous Rio Haryanto. Next up, we have the new kids on the block, Power Motorsport. They are a Formula E operation, but have decided to move up to this side series of Formula 1. And I believe that they've got the talent to go far. Their team boss, UK Ball, will be driving. He is Mercedes partnered, and he really did lead this team to glory in Formula E. Maybe he and his teammate, Nigerian of B-Dragon Sonic, who brings a ton of sponsor money, but is also just a good driver as a whole. Those two should have a really good time at Power Motorsport. Next we have Lotus. They are back with Renault, and they are going to be looking strong in their eyes. We shall see how the preseason test goes for them when we look at the timings from earlier in the day. But their lineup really does look nice. Ruhan de Perez, the Portuguese driver, and Sebastian Ocampo, man from the Philippines. Those are your two drivers. Next up, you have VCarb. That Porsche part is looking very interesting, isn't it? I agree with that, in fact. It is very, very interesting to see VCarb Porsche. We'll get more onto that in a bit when we get to the main team. For now, let's look at their drivers, and it should be a very strong partnership, because they have one of the biggest names in motorsports. Yes, Isaac Hadjar has decided that he's done with F1 as a whole, and decided to go with a side series. That is Formula Nova. He's one of the biggest names that we've got in here, which is funny in contrast, because his teammate was closer to an unknown than anything, but really has started to show what he can do, and that is the Irishman in Landon Ball. Next up we have Renault. Renault is expected to be a top contender. I must admit, Renault, just based off of everything coming in, I believe that they were one of the top picks to be one of these top teams. They've done so much into helping the Formula Nova series even come to life. And not only that, but their driver lineup as a whole is also really, really good. They have Milian, Porsche driver, he's relayed to the Porsche team, and Tengue Rimac. Rimac, of course, he's been the man that's facilitated this whole thing, and yes, I do expect Rimac to be a top contender heading into this series. First race, which should be soon. This is the real big one, though, McLaren. I mean, McLaren's always viewed as one of those top teams nowadays. So, of course, coming into this, they're expected to be top dogs still. Their lineup will be the Brazilian who is also rumored to be the next coming of Senna, of course, that being Davi Cerquiera. And then you have Dominic Vanslo, the German driver, going to be his teammate. He's also shown very good signs so far. Next, it's Mercedes, another one of those top competitive teams. If you can look by that, and then you see the Aston Martin one, you'll tell. You can see why, I'll have some issues interfering between the two. But it's whatever, that's what they chose. I can't be mad at it. Their driver lineup is going to be a good one, too. They have Costa Rican driver of Andres Vargas and the Uzbeki driver of Davron. Next up, this team I did not expect to be in the Formula Nova Series. They didn't reach out to us till the 11th hour confirming their entry. It is Scuderia Ferrari. And they have brought not only a banger of a livery, but a banger of a lineup with Ryan Burton and Magda Oliveira. Now this is a big one. Red Bull Porsche ditching the Ford powertrains in favor of the German-based team. You would think that is blasphemy. And to be fair, it kind of is. But it was all facilitated by one man. A Japanese-German by the name of Taki Tachibana. He has really facilitated this whole second coming as to where it is right now, and props to the man, honestly. And he's also picked out the teammate that will be to him. That is Verse Theo, the Brazilian, because he is basically the Brazilian coming of Max Verstappen. This is the last team we'll talk about. It's Williams. Of course, they're partnered with Mercedes. They have long tenured history in Formula One. Will this translate over to this sub-series, though? Their lineup will be Grace Hunter and Damian Castro. Now, for this little race, we are going to be going off of the times that show up right here. These times that you will see on your left side of the screen, that is all from earlier in the day. And there are some good things to note, but we can get into that during the race. Which is starting right now. Isaac Hadjar is on pole for this, from Ryan Burton and Tanguy Rimac. Then it's his teammate Milian, and it's Nicholas Palomino, Grace Hunter, his teammate, and Damian Castro, followed by B-Dragon Sonic and Marcus Klein. 10th starts Ruhanda Perez, from Davron, Ukebo, and David Cerquiera. Then it's Taki Tachibana, Sebastian Ocampo, First Theo, Landon Ball, and Dominic Vanslo, only 18th. Then it's a Halma feud, Andres Vargas, Magda Oliveira, and Carl Van Buren, who did not get to put in a lap time in that test because he was having car issues. Well, it's interesting seeing the V-Carb on pole, but he does have a familiar face in a Ferrari alongside him as all 5 lights go on. And we are underway here for the preseason test race in Bahrain. No, this does not have anything to do with points per se, but it will just be a fun race and kind of testing out the tires in this 5-lap race. We are on board with Ryan Burton, the Ferrari. As further back, we've got Davron in 5-second time penalty, causing a collision, I would assume, with either Vanslo or Tachibana. I believe he started 11th too, which is funny because he's in car number 11. Even then, not the best of starts, especially with that time penalty. I know it won't matter, as this is a non-points race, but everyone's giving it their all out here. You want to do the best that you possibly can, and yeah, that 5-second time penalty is going to hinder him for a long while. Right by him, Cerquiera's been given a time penalty, I think, for colliding with Davron. That's crazy. And that also, to me, shows that it was Cerquiera who got bumped into by Davron, causing the time penalty. Cerquiera basically just said, hey, I don't like that, you're going to go after it too. It's never what you want, and definitely not what McLaren wanted to see. Expected to be one of the top dogs. Not even 13th, 14th and 15th for Cerquiera and Vanslo. Actually, it looks like Vanslow's going to possibly go after his teammate. No, I feel like he's actually trying to more so defend from Verse Theo. On board with Ryan Burton, though, he is lighting this test up. Those softs are looking very good on him. But that begs the question, what's wrong with the other Ferrari of Magda Oliveira? He's, yes, caught up in that little skirmish that's going on all across the midfield right now, because these cars, they are so close to each other that really any given day you could do something very, very strong. And honestly, the Ferrari team as a whole, I feel like is either going to be really disappointing or really good, because that's how they usually are in Formula 1 too. That's just a little thing I noticed. That's fun, isn't it? Let's be on board with Marcus Klein right now, because I feel like the Sauber team is one that needs to be talked about. Yes, they didn't light the world on fire. They weren't meant to. Klein starting P10, that was very good, or at least in that top 10 area. Being in 7th, that's amazing for him. But what's already causing concerns is his teammate, Carl Van Buren, down in 21st. He needs this race to go very well, because this is the only testing that he's going to get. He had an issue. He had that terrible issue. And is that Vanslo? Yes, Vanslo has a 5-second time penalty. Causing a collision with, I believe, his teammate, or maybe it was Tachibana. Not 100% sure. It's not good for McLaren as a whole. Definitely not what the team, the strategists, or the drivers have wanted. And now, further up, you've got UK Ball causing a collision. I believe that was with the back of Damian Castro, though, not Sugiura related. But if it was, is this going to be more of what we see from the McLaren team? A bunch of fighting, whether that's with each other or not. This could be a very bad sight for sore eyes if you are a Papaya fan. Another thing that might be a sight for sore eyes is looking how slow Sebastian Ocampo has been. Yes, he started towards the bottom, but he's not meant to be that far down. He is definitely not meant to be this far towards the bottom, especially when the cars are so close together. That's not what you want to see. We are on the penultimate lap now. You just know that Ocampo, he's such a good driver. Actually, that was a really good move to get past Carl Van Buren for P21 and not last. That's always something that you'll be nice about. Is he going to start charging up the field here? That's a good question. He's already up in the 20th. You going to go for Oliveira? Don't think so. That's another thing to question, though. This is only for both fun and tire testing purposes in race conditions. No, the races will not be this long. Then again, they can't, really. As Ruhan de Perez, he's had a great run so far, staying towards the top 10, especially compared to the teammate that we were just talking about, Sebastian Ocampo. He's been given a 5-second time penalty, causing a collision with Grace Hunter. And considering about Grace Hunter, the Williams duo look very... Whoa! On the last stretch, Hadjar has gotten contact with Ryan Burton. That's going to ruin his result, even if, like I said before, this doesn't mean anything, but they're all so aggro. This should just highlight all the competitiveness that this grid really has. And honestly, I feel like this is showing a very good reason as to why one should be watching the Formula Nova series this season. This is going to be action-packed. This is going to be amazing. And you do not want to miss a second of it. Now, the team that you really don't want to be missing out on at all will be Renault, because as a team, Renault's had the best day, for sure. They were looking really good in preseason testing. The actual testing, not the race. Not the little race that we've got going on right now. They've looked very, very good. But maybe is Hadjar actually going to go for the win? I'm sorry for such a terrible transition, but on the final corner, is he going to get a run down the end? I don't believe so, as Ryan Burton is stormed away, take the win in this little preseason race. Hadjar comes second, but with time penalty, BDS comes home P3 from Relac, Milian, Klein, Palomino, Castro, Perez, and K-Ball. Those were your top 10. And this is your podium. I don't get why anyone would be celebrating, but it is. P1 for Ryan Burton on the road, which is always something that you want to see, even if it is just testing. Is this the site of something more to come for the Ferrari team? He is also followed by B-Dragon Sonic and Milian, of course, thanks to Isaac Hadjar having that 5-second time penalty. After that, it was Tengue Rimac, Marcus Klein, Nicholas Palomino, Damian Castro, Isaac Hadjar after that time penalty fell to 8th, and Grace Hunter and Sahal Mafeud. Those were your top 10. Then it was Taki Tachibana, Andres Vargas, Ruhande Perez, UK Ball, First Theo, Davi Surquieta, Magda Oliveira, Sebastian Ocampo, Landon Ball, Dominic Vanselo, Carl Van Buren, and Davron. Well, we at the Wind Tunnel thank you very much for tuning into this first preseason test race, and we cannot wait to see what's in store for the rest of this series. I'm Ron Johnson, signing off.